Okay, testing to see if this is going live. I think it is. Awesome. I think it's. We're gonna test this out to see how it is as I talk really close up to the camera and see what the difference is in regards to that as I work on this other one here. So let's see here. Take my notes, making sure I know what I'm talking about or where I don't get lost and go on a tangent, which I usually do. If you're watching this live, let me know. Hopefully I can see your comments on here. This is like new, first time for me going on YouTube live, and also be on Instagram as well. So let's see. So today I'm going to be talking about more in regards to pregnancy, how to craft your best pregnancy, the three top reasons why there's reasons for dystocia, or also known as difficult labor, longer labor than usual. So let's make sure I get this set up here. For deflation, not sing. Let's see. Hopefully this is cool. Okay, so we are live. So today I'm going to be talking about three top reasons on dystocia, or also known as difficult labor, longer than usual labor, and all that jazz. And so obviously, who doesn't want a healthy, happy birth, right? Who doesn't want that? And so, of course, you want a safe and easy birth. If you can imagine, like water flowing just in a tub, all these different things is what people want to have, want to feel, want to understand exactly how to do that. And so, my goal, my personal goal actually, is it's not really your goal, but my personal goal is to help you understand what that means. Help you understand with all these different knowledge, all these different things, all these different details, all these different things out there to kind of hone it in to see what you want to choose, what you want to do. Because either there's, you can either have knowledge, all the knowledge in the world, as long as you look it up in the ease of your fingertips, or you can find that to where you can take action with that knowledge, what you choose to do. Because in reality, what you really know is the key, and what you really want to do and take actions on is the key. And so there are three different things that is outlined in the William obstetrics for the main reasons actually, for dystocia, difficult labor, prolonged labor. So three things is power, passageway, and the passenger. So what does that mean, right? So power-wise, they question that if you have the power to birth your baby, I mean, how long has humanity been able to birth their baby? And how long has hospitals been alive or upright in general, right? You can birth your baby. You can literally do it because centuries, thousands, hundred thousands of years, whatever, how many years that keeps on changing on when humanity actually was erected or alive, whatever it is, you can do it. Because your friend did it, your mom did it, your grandmother did it, your great-great-grandmother did it. You're here, you're alive, you're literally here. And so you're able to do it. But in reality, how does it work? How does it happen? How are the mechanics actually working, right? And so actually, in regards to the uterus here, my funny, cute little uterus here is actually innervated. How it activates is by nerves that go into the uterus that come from the spinal cord that goes through up onto our brain. So our brain is telling what's happening with our uterus and everything like that. So crazy why it's so important to have your brain know what to do and how to make sure that communication is going through like a nice little freeway without any car crash, any obstacles, any of those things in the way. And so the position of the sacrum, which is that triangle bone in the very bottom of our tailbone area, on top of that actually, controls that. It controls the neurologic part of it, the biologic part, and the mechanical function of the uterus here. And so those nerves are really directly attached to the uterus, and then that uterus is attached to the sacrum, the triangular bone in our bodies. And so what happens is when that sacrum is shifted forward, shifted back, shifted to the side, shifted whatever direction that is, that it actually affects how your power, how your ability to utilize your uterus, to have uterus function, because your uterus has two separate ways, the very top and the very bottom, to where it innervates from those nerves. And so the very lower part of the cervix in this area is innervated by the pelvic splenic nerves, the nerves that come from the pelvis, those nerves from obviously the rest of the spinal cord and up to the brain. And then the upper fundus, the body, all that uterus here is innervated by the sympathetic nerves, which we can call it, that lives in the mid to upper back. And so what happens is when we don't have that communication from the brain to the body, all the different things to where your body can do its thing without you thinking about it, literally thinking about it, like pushing all these different things, that ability, that power is lessened, is dampened, all these different things to where you'll have the capacity, potential power to do what it needs to do at the right time. Because you communicate with each other. Your body communicates to the brain to see what's going on in the environment, and then your body communicates to your baby to see what's going on. Because it's almost like a trio, right? In a sense, almost more than a trio, because it's the environment that's happening, and when your health care team, all these different things, that's all in the mesh of village that's through that birthing marathon process. Now, the second thing is the passageway. The passageway in regards to how they question if you're big enough to birth your baby. And truth of the matter is that if you weren't big enough, if you weren't able to, that would not have happened. That would not have been successful. And so your body wouldn't do things to where you're not able to, because the thing is, truthfully, your body's working for you versus against you, even though sometimes you interpret it in a certain way, meaning whatever it is, perspective-wise. And the thing is, you are able to do that when everything is aligned, when your pelvis is aligned to where your body can do. When it's aligned, your uterus can move freely as it does, and then your baby inside can move freely as it needs to. And then what happens is when this uterus here is shifted forward, shifted back, shifted to the side, whatever it is, tugging at either sides, when that's happening, that position is also during birth. That position is also during the passage, to where what happens is, a lot of times what people may not know is the birthing position. This is one of the positions, right? But the birthing positions that you see in movies, TV shows, whatever it is, when you think of childbirth, you think of this position. Some women on their hospital breath, legs open for the baby, and doctors at the other end, and you're pushing, and the thing is, you're literally sitting onto your sacrum. You're sitting on top of your sacrum, right? Closing that canal where it can open up to its maximum when it needs to. So how much harder is it for you and for your baby to come out through that canal, to help your baby go through that canal when it's literally a third of the size? So much more, right? So much more harder. And so when that's happening, what do, right? How can you help your baby be going through to the aspect to where it can have the position to where you're able to birth that baby with ease? And how do you notice that, right? There's certain gaits that you're feeling. Maybe you have sciatica pain down the leg that's affecting how you're moving, and then now your pelvis, your hips is torqued a certain way. Now you're misaligned. Now it's harder for you to be in that position, or whatever position that you need to be in order for the baby to come out. Therefore, the passageway goes smaller in a certain size to where you can't do certain things. And so how much of a reason is it to make sure you have optimal passageway as easy as possible when the baby is ready at their time. So important. Now, the number 3 thing is that the passenger, right? The passenger that goes through the passageway, which is the baby. So how is your baby presenting? So this is one of the around the 36th, 35th, usually 36th week mark is when usually you get, somehow viewed of where the baby is positioned. And a lot of times it's alarming for a lot of people when the baby's not head down. Then certain kind of things come our way where, you should move whoever it is, the practitioner that you're working with, saying we should move the baby externally to going head down. And a lot of times they may not work because the thing is, the baby's still moving around. You're not having one baby still in a certain way and that's it, right? Things happen. Or, the baby moves so much or not enough to where they're not going head down. A lot of times, what is the ideal way, right? What is the ideal position for your baby to be in? Because the thing is, in reality, your baby can be birthed any direction, any way. The thing is how to make sure it's the easiest way, the most beneficial way for your baby. Hence, there is the textbook version of that presentation. The thing is that is the ideal way to where it's best where they can turn a certain way, all these different things. But the thing is, the truth of the matter is the baby comes out whatever position they come out. Because I've even seen, videos of moms having the legs come out first, all these different things. But obviously, our goal is to make sure it's the easiest, most beneficial way. Because I think what happens is we don't want your baby to freeze, pause, or whatever it is during that time to where they're too long in the birth canal. It goes too fast in the birth canal, through the birth canal as well, right? And so what happens is when it pauses, when you pause, the baby pause. When you are numbed and dampened down by drugs and all these different things, the baby is dumbed down from all these drugs and different things. The question is, what are you allowing to happen? What are you protecting your body and making sure that what's happening? Because the thing is, you can't be in growth and protection at the same time. You can't. It's hard for you to be birthing and protecting at the same time. So what are you doing? What things are you doing? What things are you thinking about? Who are you surrounding to be and allow yourself to be in a relaxed birthing growth phase? So that's a real question, because everything works with each other. Everything works literally in sync with each other. And at times when you're in fight flight mode, when a cat is birthing kittens, whatever it is, when someone comes in the room, when whoever it is there, they'll stop birthing. They'll literally run towards a different direction to where they have a safe environment. So same thing for humans, just that is a different way to express it. So what to do, right? So if you're looking for your best pregnancy, how to craft your best pregnancy, the easiest way I can direct you is to find a trusted chiropractor who not only is Webster certified, but also works with kids consistently as well. Another is to have a good birth team who advocates for you, health team who understands what you want and what you want, how to feel for your birth experience-wise, because it is your experience for that. And so to find someone that's like that as well. And another thing is, a lot of times, there was a one time, I think one of the ladies there's a lot of people that come to me around the 36 weeks, which I wish they came earlier. They came, I think, around 37 weeks. So she was giving birth. So right before she was about to give birth, she realized her baby was not head down. So a lot of times they come to me for that reason. So they're trying to figure out what else they can do, all these different things. So my goal, obviously, is for the mom to exactly make sure that she's positioned pelvic-wise, align-wise, so she can be at her best. And so when a mom tells me all of a sudden that they don't feel like they're pregnant, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening now? So then she was saying that, even though I have this big belly, whatever it is that you did to align me, I don't feel like I'm pregnant, like restrictive pregnant. It's more like openness, allowing pregnancy. How amazing is that to be that during your pregnancy when you're literally humongous, right? And so that's why my goal is to make sure how to help you craft your best pregnancy that you want, to make sure you feel like that mom, to where she, even though she's amazingly big, and all big as she's been in her life, with a big belly, but she feels like she doesn't have a belly because she's so comfortable in her body, so much in her stance. That's where I want to help you in. And so in regards to is, what do you do, right? So like I said, find someone you trust, find person you who understands what you want in your pregnancy, what you want to be, feel, all these different things. And second thing is ask questions. Ask questions to the max, to where until you feel good and you understand. Even ask questions for yourself, not only to other people, to yourself as well. What do you want? What is how you want to feel? How you want to experience, right? And the third thing is, my goal is to make sure that not only that you know and understand, but you exactly how you feel and what decisions you make is not a decision and a choice that you will regret in the long run. Is my goal is to make sure that you make decisions that you will need to regret. You will not need to take a second chance to figure it out, because you understand what you want, how you feel, how you want to be. And so so this ends the second part of the video in regards to my holistic series. I'm doing a whole series from preconception, fertility, all the way to pediatrics. And so I have a couple more to lined up for the next coming weeks. And I'm excited to see any questions that come up, any information, and I will be in Instagram, Facebook, majority-wise, answering those questions and anything that comes up. And I wish you all well and have a great Thursday day.